Well, hello. This is a bowl blank that's been sitting on my wood lathe for a year maybe. I had issues, or still have issues, with a bulging disc in my neck, which makes my neck and arms and shoulders hurt. And turning on the lathe and holding the tools just is pretty hard for me to do. I do still do it from time to time, but on small things. But this piece here has been sitting there a long time, and I wanted to give it the proper, it needed to be made. So I've decided to go ahead and let's finish it. And as you can see, all the time it sat there, I turned it green and it got all out of shape. So I just turned it again, got it back round on the square out on the outside, and got it ready so I could turn it around and put it in the jaws of my chuck. Here I've turned it around, and you can see where I left the plate on this side. I used the center on my lathe here to center it on this side so that when I mounted it in my chuck it would be back to square. And here I've taken that plate back off, run my center point back up, and I'm going to start hollowing this thing out. It was dry, it was dust and dirt. My camera was a little out of focus here, and I decided it wanted to focus on my hand and that light. But you can see I'm still just eating away at the center of this bowl. I did find that there were some cracks on the outside edge that needed some attention. Here I've mixed some 2-part 5-minute epoxy and put some clear tape on the back side so it wouldn't run through. I just used some of the shavings that I had gotten off of the bowl itself and filled that, let it dry. That's what it looked like when it was finished. I turned the outside thin as I went down so I wouldn't have a whole lot of wall weight. So I turned it thin on the way all the way to the bottom, checking as I went. Here you can see the worm holes, the dirt that comes out of them, some of the decay and the rot that was on the inside. It was very, very dry. Not sure what kind of piece of wood this is. Maybe somebody could let me know. I know it had a lot of spalding in it. Here was another piece that came loose and came out. I did the same thing. I mixed up some 2-part 5-minute epoxy. Got the clear tape behind it so it wouldn't pass through. Just mixed up some more of my shavings. I didn't want to lose any more height on the bowl, so I really wanted to take care of these spots and try to do something with them. Here I'm just using some CA glue. This was a pretty good sized crack. I didn't want the bowl to come apart. It's got clear tape behind it. So I'm just filling it all the way up with this CA glue. Here I've turned the outside, finished it, and I'm finishing up on the inside. Using my caliper here to make sure my wall thickness is the same all the way down. This is a deep bowl. It's almost the length of my hand deep. Here I'm just sanding this to 220, nothing fancy. Just making sure there's no tool marks and no sanding marks in it. I did a little bit of hand sanding on it. Here I like to take a paper towel and burnish. You know, paper towel is made from wood, and on high speed it's just like having shavings. Next I'm just putting an oil on it. I'm not going to do anything fancy with it. Just let this oil sink in it, soak it up. Well, I did this twice. And I take a paper towel and I burnished it again. Now it's finally time to take this off. It's been on there a long time. Here I've set up my coal jaws. Turned it around. We're going to cut this foot off. I didn't really want anything big on the bottom. I just wanted it just to be as flat as possible, a little concave so it doesn't touch, and there's just a small ring around the bottom that actually sits on the table. Felt good to get back in the shop and do something like bowl turning. I work in the shop a lot, do different things. It's just been a while since I've done a bowl. Here I'm just making sure that the center of this is not higher, protruding further than the edge. Here I just chisel off the nub. One more pass with a good sharp tool. Just some 220 sandpaper just to finish it up. And this is a bead tool that I use to just put two little round beads where it's going to sit. Paper towel and burnished, and then put a little oil on it. Now it's off for the last time. It's time to let everybody know who worked on it and who made it. And it's done. I really love how it turned out. But what I really can't get over is the fact that bowl making really leaves a mess in your shop. I'd forgotten how much this was. But I got it cleaned up. And I just want to thank y'all for your patience in watching my videos. I suffered the next day from this, but it was worth it. I love it. I think the bowl is gorgeous. Let me know what you think. And appreciate y'all and have a great day.